Hi everyone and welcome back on adobelive.com. This is the second day of live illustrations and animations for you, the creative community. I'm Michael Chaz. We are live streaming from Paris, and our guest, I don't know if it's the morning, the afternoon, it depends on where you are, but our first guest is Dan Mumford. Hi Dan.
Hi.
Hey, how are you doing today?
All
doing
right.
good? Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, thank you. So, the goal of this session is for you to create a live illustration over the 3 days, 2 hours per day. We started yesterday. You can access the replays now. So if you're watching the full experience on www.adobelive.com, you will find on the right a tab with the replays and just access the content. Also, feel free to share your art, okay, using the hashtag AdobeLive on Twitter, and we'll be happy to review some creations that you've shared. They shared a lot of artworks yesterday.
It was great.
We tried to make selection also today because it was just crazy. So yeah.
Dan is transparent.
Oh my God.
What?
Yes. You have a green shirt.
That's so
Cool.
you're like a superhero. Oh my God.
Okay, shall I take this off with that?
No. Just you can keep it. That's fine.
Wow.
That's nice.
I didn't even think about that.
So let's switch to your. That's funny.
Okay. Whoops.
So this is your iPad Pro. You are using a free application, which is Illustrator Draw,
Yep.
available on iOS and Android. And thanks for joining in the chat. Feel free to ask questions to Dan. This is really interactive. We want you to engage with our artist. So maybe you can show the initial sketch that you did in 15 minutes.
So that is our starting sketch.
Okay.
It's a nicely coloured sort of sci-fi post-apocalypse landscape
Lost city.
thing. Yeah. We don't really know what it is.
Yeah.
We haven't decided yet.
Yeah, so again, we're still looking for a good title for this illustration. So if you have ideas, just put some ideas in the chat. And by the way, we will give away signed prints of this illustration, 2 signed prints per show. So within 1 hour, we will give away one, and in 1 hour 45 minutes, we will give away another one. So stay with us. You just have to be there, be very active in the chat, ask questions, and subscribe to the Adobe Creative Cloud channel. Okay, so yesterday you worked on the branches, the trees.
Yeah. Yesterday was like the foreground, so
foreground with
the darker details. Yeah. And the idea is today we're going to work on the sort of mid elements. So we're working backwards basically.
And Daniel Cotto is saying that is a sketch. Oh my God, I feel bad.
Hey, it's sketches are important. You gotta spend time on your sketches because it can help a lot in the long term when you go to do something properly. So
Nice.
I think we keep saying 30 minutes. I probably spent an hour on the sketch. I think I probably spent longer on the sketch. And then I do this sort of thing every day. So it's just for me certain elements I can kind of whip them out really quickly. So I guess what we're going to do today.
Okay, and we have Mariju joining for the second day. Yesterday was great. Thank you, Mariju. And who else is there? We have Jared. He's there. Vladimir. That's quite a detailed sketch. Yeah, it's true, Dan. It's true. Maybe you can let us know in the chat where you're from. Also, it's always good to understand where you're from games.
Let me zoom in though. If you look at it, it's very crude. Like they're just.
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah.
It's just like really. It is literally me just whipping the pen around, like not really caring too much about the details. It is very sketchy. And
we have the first question by Doctor Who Companion. Do you do all your sketching digitally, or do you use sometimes traditional method?
No, I do it all digital now. Especially now that I have the iPad Pro.
It's a game changer. I don't know in the chat if you had the chance to try it maybe on an Apple Store. If you go to an Apple Store, actually, Illustrator Draw is always installed by default with Photoshop Sketch. So you can use what Dan is using. And maybe for our friends who are joining the live today, I can show your portfolio again. And maybe we'll just show different illustrations today. Maybe this one.
So
this one. So you use Photoshop for this one.
Yeah, this is all Photoshop, and essentially, most of the stuff I do is screen prints. So that's why the color palette for most of the things I do is fairly limited. If we go to this one up here, this was for the
Ghostbusters.
It's for the new Ghostbusters, which some people didn't like. I like.
How was it?
It's good. It's
it's good.
Enjoyable family fun film. But that's for a Blu-ray. Blu-ray case.
Oh, nice.
And it only became available like last week, I think, in the US.
Nice.
So, but for me, that's really fun because it's full color. So I can just go kind of crazy with all the colors, maybe some transparency, stuff like that. Whereas nearly everything I do normally is like flat colors. So it makes for a nice change, Yeah. But most of the stuff in this screen.
So you can check Dan's portfolio. If you're watching the live stream on adobelive.com, there is a speakers tab on the right, and there is a link to his portfolio. So thanks.
All right. Well, I guess let's get started on
go
some
back
drawing.
here, and as you are starting, I will read you where people are from. We have people from New York, from Israel, Italia, Houston. Okay, Costa Rica. Welcome. Surinder from India.
Got everyone.
Romania, San Francisco. That's great.
Okay. So what I'm going to do to start is I've merged all of my layers on the side here that we were working on yesterday. So that's these. If I just undo that quickly. So that's quite easy to do. You just tap and merge down. So basically I'm making it so that now that foreground is all one big layer. Just makes it a bit easier to keep track of what's going on. Because you can, I think we discussed, is it 20 layers you can have? I think that's what we said.
20.
Yeah. So, it can get a bit fiddly. I mean, sometimes in Photoshop I've got like 50, 60, 100 layers. But, I don't really need that many layers because essentially I'm normally working on a few different coloured layers. So normally I merge things down once I'm finished working on them.
Wow, and we have Sad from Tanzania. I think it's the first time I see this country in the chat. Yeah. Welcome, Sad. We have also Karma Teshi from Nepal. Whoa.
The whole gang.
Okay, so David Hamilton is asking you, how much time do you spend drawing on digital compared to pencil, like traditional? Do you see a difference now? Or?
100%.
Yeah.
I only do digital now.
I
don't do anything by hand. It's it kind of died for me slowly. Like I don't.
Now you're used to it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really need to do anything by traditionally anymore. It's a shame. I miss certain things like having a sketchbook, and that was a nice thing to have. But I don't necessarily find it something that I need for my work. I do a lot, like working digitally. It speeds up the process for me, especially if I can work on a sketch on the iPad perhaps, and then go straight into working in Photoshop or something. It's a nice quick workflow for me, and it really helps with, well, when you've got a really tight deadline or something, which happens a lot of the time. Okay, so I'm going to start by adding in some smoke shapes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I think we've got about 4 colours in this smoke. But what I'm going to do is make the whole shape in just one colour.
In one colour, and then you add layers?
Yeah, then we've got some sort of little trickery stuff that will go onto.
So as you're drawing, Black Urko is asking about what kind of brushes you use in Photoshop. So we discussed about it yesterday. Like, do you use Kyle's brush? Oh, by the way, Kyle's brush? Does it ring a bell? So it's a very popular set of brushes.
Oh, Kyle.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Oh, you met him, I guess.
Yeah. Great guy.
Stupid. Yeah. So he will be at Max too.
Yeah.
So guys, within 2 weeks, we will be live streaming from Adobe Max. It's the biggest creative conference hosted by Adobe. It will be in San Diego. But for the first time, it will be also live on YouTube. So we will be live streaming from Adobe Max, which is a crazy conference with about 10,000 designers, 10,000 creative people. But we will have a live streaming booth in the middle of the mess, and we will welcome more than 25 artists, and Kyle is one of them.
Yeah.
Dan will be there too, but you will have the opportunity to engage with Kyle, ask him questions if you are using Kyle's brush in Photoshop. I mean, I think it's a great opportunity. He will do some digital painting, and
Kyle, he's the king of brushes.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
he's good. And so if you want to be notified, like receive a notification, an email to know when this Adobe Max live stream starts, just subscribe to the Adobe Creative Cloud YouTube channel. It's the easiest way. If you're watching the experience now on adobelive.com, just click on the subscribe button. It's at the bottom, and it will just add you to the YouTube channel.
Yeah. So as you can see right now, I'm sort of just making a fairly loose shape.
Okay.
And with this, the key to doing something like this and trying to make it look natural is to sort of hold your brush a little looser.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really being too careful about it. I think we discussed this yesterday as well. There's no real wrong way to draw something like this, you know? It can be whatever it is, you know? You can just do what you want. Sounds quite fun.
So Jamie Fox, Dan is working on an iPad now, and on the iPad Pro actually with the Apple Pencil. Mm-hmm. But you can use Illustrator Draw on any generation of iPad. Actually, you can even use it with your finger, or an Android tablet, or also on smartphones. Although the screen is much smaller, but today really on any kind of tablet you can try and get Illustrator Draw. Let me put the name in the chat. And I wanted also to fix something in the background with your transparent shirt. It's a first.
It looks so good.
Okay, now that's better.
Okay.
Oh, not really. Just trying to fix a weird shadow, and then. Whoop. Okay, now that's fixed. Good. Now I feel better about keying.
Am I still
It's
transparent?
a brand new studio in Paris. We just got a green screen like 1 week ago.
So much fun. You should be putting things like roller coasters behind us and things.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow I will put roller coaster. So Surrender is asking, is the Adobe Max live sessions available for Premiere Pro also? Yes. Actually, there will be product managers from the Premiere Pro team. There will be also Christine Steele, who is a professional movie editor, and she will share her creative process. So a lot of content also on video tools. There will be also content about 3D, After Effects, Photoshop, Illustrator, UX design, animation with Jazza. Jazza will be there. So make sure to subscribe, and you will receive the notification. But basically, it's on November 2nd, 3rd, and 4th on adobelive.com. Now you know the website. So you have Ryan, who remembers you from the Empties days. Good times.
Empties, yeah. That was a...
What was it?
Empties, so it was spelled EMPTEES, yeah. And it was a t-shirt website.
Oh, okay.
So basically it was a community of t-shirt designers, sort of making band t-shirts and alternative brands. It was mainly alternative, sort of punky sort of stuff. And it was really nice. It was a good... I think there was a good couple of years where I was on that website every day looking at people's work, talking to people. And you would post up your work and it would get... There was a
votes?
Yeah, it was a tea of the day.
And you have, if you have enough, it becomes a real t-shirt.
Oh, no. It was purely a portfolio. So there wasn't any...
I see.
It was more just like a nice community, you know? But I think... I can't remember who ran it, but it shut down basically.
Okay.
And it's sort of...
So it's weird. We had exactly the same experience in France. It was a website called La Fraise, which means the strawberry. And so designer would put design for t-shirts, and then you would get votes from the community, and you have enough likes, it becomes a real t-shirt that you can sell. so the quality was really awesome. And also they had the same, I guess, financial issues, so they had to shut down. It's a shame.
There's still a few websites doing that same sort of thing. Yeah.
Oh, thanks for subscribing, Surrender. Actually, if you subscribe to the Creative Cloud channel, it gives you more chances to win a signed print by Dan. So it's very smart. And we will give away a print in 45 minutes. So stay with us. Where should I check the Adobe Max content guideline? Oh, okay. So IE site. Okay, you're talking about the contest. So we have a running contest for 3 days or so. So until tomorrow, because we started yesterday. If you go on adobelive.com and if you check the sidebar on the right, there is a contest tab, and it will let you know which are the rules. But basically, we invite you to create an illustration based on the theme Max. So it could be, I don't know, what Max inspired you, just the word. So it could be maximum, it could be Max like the first name, it could be Mad Max, something about Max. And share it on Twitter or Instagram. Just add the hashtag Adobe Live. And the top 10 entries will win a 1-year Creative Cloud subscription, so access to all the creative apps. So I really invite you to participate. You have good chances to win. We got a lot of art shared on Twitter with the Adobe Live hashtag, but not so many entries, so you still have a lot of good chances. Okay, Black Urco Design wants to launch the debate about choose between vectors and pixels. So that's funny because we talked about it yesterday. So you are using an app which is for vector drawing, because what you are doing here, actually you don't see that, but behind the scenes, these are all vectors that you can send at any time to Illustrator. And you keep all the vectors, all the path, all the shapes. But what you're telling me is that usually you work in Photoshop with pixels.
Yep.
So please be back tomorrow, because Dan will show us the final process, which consists in sending it to Photoshop and to make it like a poster or print. For me, Adobe Draw is kind of the closest to the way I work in Photoshop, as far as like being able to do really smooth illustrations. Because for some reason I kind of draw like a vector artist, but in Photoshop. It's just the way I do it, I guess. It works nicely for me. So what we've got now is we've got the basic shape I'm going to work with, and that's the darkest colour that we have in that sort of smoky shape. So what I'm going to do, instead of drawing on top of that, I'm going to duplicate that whole layer, and then I'm going to turn it to the lighter colour. And this is something that I don't know that many people do. It's possibly quite unique to the way my brain works. But essentially what I've done is I've turned that layer below the lighter colour. So now we have the darker one on top of the lighter one. And that means I can then take my eraser and, erase in that dark layer to get the colour below. And whatever I do, it's going to stay within that shape, because it's sort of, we've already got that set in place. So that's a really it's quite an easy way to sort of, it's actually easier to erase away from stuff sometimes than draw in stuff. And it also kind of forces you to think about negative space in a way, which is something that, and I think initially when you start to become an artist, like trying to do big drawings or whatever, you think it's all about the detail and stuff, but actually for me I've started to realize it's more about the areas where you don't put detail in. So this is sort of an interesting way to tackle that problem. So what we have is our light source is coming from the bottom, so I'm going to start to kind of chip away at that area. Can you do that? Yes. So that's another cool little trick you can do. So if I just show here, we've sort of made a circle. If I want to get rid of that, hold down the eraser and it just gets rid of that whole area. Because what I'm going to do is slowly sort of
bring a little bit of light into this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Is it going to work? Yeah, there we go. So it's quite a... This is the sort of process where I'm not really thinking too much about it. It's actually more just going with the feel of what I think looks good. There's not too much forethought in it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I just sort of start by making big shapes and making sure that the general feel of the light is correct. So what we'll do is we'll make these shapes first, and then after that we'll start to get into the sort of slightly more detailed stuff.
Okay, good.
Let's see. Of course, the other good thing about working on multiple layers is you can't really sort of muck up by, like drawing over something, because obviously there's no history here, so you can't go back like many steps. You can just keep swiping to undo, which I think goes back really far. Yeah. You can keep doing that, but for me it's easier just to be able to, if I muck up one layer here, I can just delete the other one and just go back to what I had before.
So we have Bob Sparks in the chat, who is a huge long-time fan. He has a few of your prints. So he's asking you, do you have any plans for a Stranger Things inspired design?
Stranger Things. Well,
did you watch the show?
I did. It was a great show.
Okay.
Really good show. I think it hit all the right notes for me because it was very much, the stuff I watched growing up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was so popular.
Oh my god, yeah.
There was so much artwork already out
so many
there.
fine art.
And I didn't watch it.
It's like Games of Thrones.
Yeah. I didn't actually watch it until maybe 6 weeks after it had come out. I didn't have time. I was busy. I wasn't in the country actually that much, I don't think. And
so it was too late.
Yeah, and by the time I finished watching it, I sort of, I was like, oh, well, everything's been done.
Yeah.
Every single
right.
thing you could do for that show had already been done. So it's the sort of thing I could see myself doing artwork for in a year's time, maybe.
Okay.
If someone asked me to do something. But not right now. It's too...
Yeah. It's too fresh.
It is. Do you know what? I more like doing things for older things.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like the Goomies or...
Yeah. Anything... I'm more about the retro stuff, which is why something like Stranger Things was...
Yeah, it was
good.
That's the...
it was a...
That's the population, the target, I guess.
Yeah, it was
exactly our generation.
Yeah, it was a lovingly created program. I was very impressed by it. Yeah.
So David Hamilton is asking: are there any artists or people that really influenced you?
Influenced me?
Or influenced your style?
Yeah, I think. Let's see. So I generally, rather than pick out one or two artists, I generally like to say Marvel Comics from the mid-'80s to the mid-'90s. So there's like a decade there where I was obsessed with Marvel Comics. It didn't really matter necessarily who or what the comic was about, but there was a certain style then that was very... it was like, lots of super ripped dudes, big muscles, like pouches and straps everywhere. There's a really specific style to that period of comic books, and Todd McFarlane, he's like a good example of that time period. And I was really obsessed with trying to emulate that as a kid. So now, that's kind of... It's ingrained in me in the way I like to draw things, I guess. Not that my work looks anything like that, but it definitely influenced me. And that was sort of where my obsession with like other worlds and weird things came from. That and sci-fi movies. Like, someone like H.R. Geiger, I think the first time I saw Alien and Aliens, I became very much obsessed with the alien and that design and that sort of aesthetic. So that's definitely something that always sort of prevails in the way I do things. So yeah, I think they're probably some of my main influences. I'm also influenced by a lot of movies. Like, I just love. I'm a big movie buff, so
Yeah.
in any movie, like I mean, we'll go back to Alien, like Ridley Scott, like, you know,
Yeah. Alien.
you know, those sort of things. Blade Runner. I mean,
Yeah.
Blade Runner is forever,
classic. Yeah.
forever something that inspires me.
And which one from the 90s?
What movie from the 90s?
Yes. What
Do
did
you know
we
what-
get during the 90s? Wow.
Well, I mean, Terminator 2
Yeah.
is forever going to be one of my favourite films. That is a perfect film. There's nothing wrong with that film. If anyone tells me there's anything wrong with that film, they're wrong.
Okay. It's a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece. I rewatched it very recently. It's still a masterpiece. Do you know what? One of my favourite films is Big Trouble in Little China. Seen that one?
No?
That
It's good?
That is an amazing film.
Oh, okay.
It's from the I think it's 80s, maybe late 80s, and it is a
Okay, what's the name?
Big Trouble in Little China.
Maybe I watch it because, you know, in France they changed the title.
Yeah, maybe. It's got Kurt Russell.
What? Ah, no, I missed this one.
Kurt Russell.
86.
What a man. 86. So I was 2 years old.
Russell. Wow.
That's another perfect film.
Oh, it's by John Carpenter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so it must be good, yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of John Carpenter in his period of making perfect films.
Oh, yeah, I need to watch this one.
You do, it's really good. It's
I
really
think I
good.
got some good rating. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great film. So that's, you know, those are the sort of things that massively influence me.
So Gabor is asking, do you do movie posters?
That's pretty much 90% of what I do, yeah.
That's his things, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should check his portfolio. If you're on adobelive.com, there is a speakers tab, and there is the link to his portfolio, and you can check his work. Or you just type Dan Mumford on Google, and this will be the first link. Kurt Russell and Muley. Yeah, John. He had the haircut.
Yeah. He's perfect.
Perfect.
The perfect man.
So we are trying to find a name, still a title for this illustration. So if you have ideas in the chat, something about. Yeah. Yesterday we had a Lost City, we had post-apocalyptic
Lots of great
landscape,
things.
A lot of ideas. Still waiting for the best one.
Yeah, nothing's quite grabbed me yet.
Hey Luke, we have Elsie Finch in the chat, one of the moderator. Thanks for joining. Hey Jonas, good to see you, Germany. Yeah. Someone said that it's good that you are bringing France and the UK together. Someone said that on the stream.
Why? Because of
because what?
Recent things. Yeah.
I mean, recently it was okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't like just a few centuries ago. It was bad. But recently, that's fine. There is no.
Oh no, I meant because of the whole Brexit thing.
Yeah, but Brexit
that's probably
has
why.
nothing to do with France.
No. Let's not go there right now.
No.
It's too depressing.
Yeah, it's depressing, but I'm pretty sure we would do the same survey in France.
Do you reckon it would go the same way?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I know it would. So
That's sad,
actually, we
isn't
had
it?
one.
Really?
We had one in the 90s about not about like leaving Europe, but we didn't want to sign a new
whatever.
contract, and we said no. But 2 years after, they said, "Oh, let's sign it." we won't ask them. Just sign it.
That's what I keep think might happen with this. That's what I keep hoping. That those guys, just forget about it. Just forget about it.
I think actually this will happen.
I was with Rufus in Belgium when it happened, and the day before he was being like, "Oh, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen." Then the next day I come in and everyone's like, "We're so sorry." It was so strange.
Got a lot of hugs that day.
Yeah, it was a very strange day. That.
Okay, so Robert McCracken speaking about classic movies, we need you to do a They Live.
They Live, yeah.
Poster.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
All out of bubblegum.
Yeah. I'm not. Do you know what? I haven't seen that film since I was very, very young. So my memory of it.
Okay, which one is it?
Whoa. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, my memory of it's not very. It's very hazy. So I need to kind of.
Oh yeah. And there's a skull.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh, there's some great imagery in that film. Yeah.
Okay.
It's fantastic. Another classic.
Okay, a suggestion by Bob Spark, The Source.
Interesting.
Okay.
That's the sort of thing I like.
That's
ambiguous, you know.
That's your stuff.
Yeah, I'm into that. Good work.
Good job, Bob. Getting there. So we need to find good movies from the 90s. Still looking for them. Matrix.
Good film. There you go. Yes,
90s.
That is a good film. I watched that last week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I did. It's very green. It's way more.
Oh, yeah.
There's more green in that film than you realize.
Yeah. There's a beautiful website, where they show you the entire movie, like movies. It's for color graders,
Oh, really?
So they show you like just thumbnails.
Yeah.
And you feel the color palette. Just watch in one single frame. You see everything, like the entire movie, and you see that Matrix is green. That's
yeah.
Yeah.
It's very, very green.
Very green.
I didn't remember it being that green. Oddly enough, the poster for the Matrix is grey and purple.
Is it purple?
Yeah. If you look up the main Matrix cover, it's mainly sort of greys and blues. Yeah, that one there.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Yeah. They got it wrong.
Yeah. But then for Reloaded,
oh yeah, then it's
Revolution,
all good. Yeah, it's
green.
all green. Yeah.
Okay, so that's weird. They're right.
They got it right then. Whoops.
Okay, so Shivam wants more explanation about what you are doing. All these details.
All right. So the situation we've got now is we've got two layers. One is a darker layer and one is the lighter layer below. And to start, I had two layers exactly the same shape here. One was the darker color, one was the lighter color. And all I'm doing is I'm erasing this darker color to show the lighter color below. And so as you can see, they fit on top of each other nicely like that. And so I'm switching between the eraser and the pen to sort of draw in any sort of darker details I might want to add back in that I've erased or something like that. All the while I'm referring back to my sketch to sort of just see that I'm keeping in line with the rough plan that I had already in place. And that's pretty much it. It's not too much more to it. And like I said before, I'm kind of just going along with what I feel works. So here, for example, I've been working on that, but I'm going to get rid of that now because I don't like it. So I'm going to go right down to something like that.
So Valentine, yes, if you want to share your art on Twitter, the hashtag is Adobe Live. And okay, let me check what has been shared. We just create a selection and share it with you. Just give me 5 minutes.
Okay. So yeah, I just did quite a bit of work there that I didn't like, and I've deleted it all. But that's what you gotta do sometimes. You gotta make the decision that something isn't working, and just have the, what's the word? Be happy with that decision. Okay. So as you can see, I flip back between my sketch and what I'm working on quite a lot. And I'm basically just scanning the image to see what areas I might want to change or what I might want to... So down here I'm sort of lacking a bit of this horizontal shape. And that's a bit better. And go over here. Yeah, it's starting to take shape, I think. So yeah, down here on the sketch, I need to get rid of this darker colour, I think. It's gonna look a bit weird. Okay.
So John is asking, do you use Photoshop? Yeah, so right now he's using Illustrator Draw. Let me put it in the chat. The mobile app, Illustrator Draw. But when he's not working on an iPad, he's using Photoshop, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me share with you some creations posted by our friends. So XL Rocket, he shared this yesterday and would appreciate some criticism for this work in progress. So he was working on this during the stream.
Oh, yesterday. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's really cute. That's a really, really nice illustration. It's completely out of my sort of realm. But
yeah, very close to maybe James current work.
Yeah,
more his style. So you're waiting for everything to be animated.
Yeah, that would look really nice with some with the little the
fire, the particles. Yeah.
I think that's really
good.
Nice. And there's a little bear as well.
Oh yeah, waiting for.
Yeah.
Then we have Tristan who shared this. Inspired with yesterday's session, this is my submission for the Max contest. Wow, environmental praising contest. That's,
wow.
Mystery.
That's great.
It's a prison.
Yeah, that's really good.
You don't want to be there.
No, you don't.
And also we had Da Creative Genius. Also, he's working on an illustration. Also on an iPad for the Max contest.
That's really cool.
Yeah, getting there. It's Aztec, I guess. Yeah, Aztec.
That's
Max
really nice.
Baird. It's an Aztec hipster.
Yeah, that's pretty much what that is.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And keep sharing your art on Twitter with the Adobe Live hashtag. It's very good. So Karma is asking with what kind of iPad Pro you're using. You're using the big one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the first one that Apple released. Is Illustrator Draw included in the Creative Cloud? Yes, and even if you are not a Creative Cloud member, actually, you can download it for free and use it. There is no limitation. The only thing that is good if you are a Creative Cloud member is that at any time you draw something with Illustrator Draw and you can say send to Illustrator or send to my Photoshop, and it will directly open it on your desktop and you will get the illustration. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's really useful. That.
We have someone from Brazil. But he used all caps, so Nightbot is not. So he was very, very excited, and then Nightbot, who is more polite today.
Nightbot's aggressive.
Oh my god, yesterday Nightbot was so rude, so aggressive, I had to change the settings.
He got angry at me.
You had to time out.
Oh yeah.
But, yeah.
He was pissed off with you.
I was just
Did
trying
you
to.
see that?
Yeah,
He said, "I'm pissed off." He said.
Did he actually say that?
Yeah, he said that. I'm pissed off, Dan. He said.
I'm sorry.
So I had to change the settings, so now he's more British, more polite.
I was just trying to say wieners. That was all.
So Black Crow, do you have problems with the temperature using large files on iPad? So I guess So we talked about it yesterday, but if you work on the iPad Pro for more than 1 hour, it becomes very
It can do,
warm.
yeah.
It won't burn.
No.
Yeah.
No, you might
It won't
just
explode.
get like a sweaty hand, which is why the art glove you can get to go over your 2 lower fingers is really good. I get the same problem on the Cintiq. That can, especially in summer, like if it's a hot day, it's kind of impossible.
Tough.
Like your hand just sticks to the thing the whole time. So
just melt.
Yeah. So
melted in the device.
Those little gloves, they're only like £10,
Yeah,
euros,
I guess,
something like that. So they're worth getting. Really, really good. They look a bit silly, but it means you'll find it way easier to draw. This isn't getting hot at all today, so I think, it's quite cool in the room today, so it's probably okay. Yeah, this is starting to come together, I think.
So Sofiane is asking, and Sofiane, I think, are you the one from Algeria? We have a Sofiane from Algeria. So he's asking, is it useful to learn illustration from motion designer? So I invite you to stay with us, because in about 3 hours, James Curran will be back. And he's a pure motion designer, and he will... I got to give you some answers about it, and you will see that he creates illustrations directly in After Effects just with basic shapes. He's not even using Illustrator to animate everything. So I guess it depends on what you mean by motion design. But if you animate illustrations, it's good to have some illustration skills. Hey Cedric, thanks for being back. It's one of the other moderator with Elsie Finch, so they're both there. That's great. And we have Odin, who says hi. Hi, Odin. Cedric says wow, because Cedric was here yesterday at the stream, and then he just joined and he sees the progress. He's like, wow, okay. Awesome, he says. Awesome work. Hey, Mexico! And in 15 minutes we will give away our signed print of this illustration and ship it to you.
I'm not touching that.
No.
So this is kind of like the point when I get I might be going a bit quiet because it's sort of like
a lot. Yeah,
it's not even that. It's more like
being
a Zen state,
penetrated by
the
spirit of the illustration.
Exactly. Yeah. It's
it's like meditation.
Like if I do sometimes I'll do something like this on a much bigger scale, and I'll just be there for 2 or 3 hours, just kind of making a big mess of shapes. It's not really. There's not too much structure to it, but eventually it kind of makes sense when it's all there. And it's the sort of thing where it's hard to really say what I'm doing other than to show what I'm doing, which is just making some kind of nice lines, and it'll all make sense eventually, I think.
So someone is asking, do you have any tips for strain on the hand when using a pen? So when you practice, do you remember forcing yourself to take the pen in a certain way at the beginning, or?
No, if I'm honest, I have quite bad strain in my back. Oh, okay. But then I've been doing this non-stop for about 10 years now, and it's not that surprising, really. Because sometimes I'm doing really long hours, and it affects you. And the best advice I can give is to take breaks, and I try and make sure I get up and do something every hour, at least. And I'm slouching
except
right now.
When you're live streaming.
Exactly. Yeah. Right now I'm here.
No break.
But yeah, try and have a straight back. I'm not doing that today because it's not the usual working environment. But you got to, just be smart about that sort of thing. And there's no particular way to hold the pencil. Whatever works. Just be aware that if something hurts, that means you're probably doing something wrong, you know?
Like, the body's...
the body is telling you something,
yeah.
You know?
It's communication.
Yeah.
Jared, how do you sign up for the print? Just stay with us, and there will be a secret keyword to type in the chat. I mean, not secret, otherwise there is no game. But I will reveal the keyword within 15 minutes.
Maybe it should be secret. People just they have to guess the word. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can ask a question and they have to guess the answer, and that's the keyword. Okay, let's do that. Spicy. Valentin, thank you for the live stream. It really makes you think about what you do, what you are now, and what you want to achieve. It's great to have the opportunity to get lessons from people who do things. Thank you, Valentin. Yeah, that's exactly one of the goals, I would say, of these live streams is to bring you the best of the best, the top of the top.
What am I doing?
Just no, they're coming next.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They're waiting for the door. Just to, like passionate people about design, just sharing in their art and also who they are. I think it's also very important to connect with artists because we all, the one thing they all have in common, they are all nice people. If they are not nice, they are not invited anyway. It's true, we never had someone with a bad spirit, or never. But usually people who are ready to share, have a good spirit, usually.
It's nice to share.
Yeah. So we're gonna do more and more live streams. We will try to cover a lot of fields, so not only illustration and animation, but also UX design, video. If you have any suggestion, if you really want to see us covering a topic, just not raise your hand because we won't be able to see it, but just say something in the chat. And make sure to subscribe to the Adobe Creative Cloud YouTube channel. This is the best way to receive notifications. Just enable your notifications on YouTube and you will receive emails every time we start a new stream. And usually we promote the stream also on the YouTube channel. So 1 week before we tell you, there will be next week a stream with Dan Mumford and stuff. And the next one will be within 2 weeks. So actually we just posted a teaser about it on the YouTube channel about Adobe Max live. La crème de la crème, yes. Thanks for saying that. It's very easy for me to pronounce. So. Hi, Fabien. Oh, we have Mr. Cup with us.
Hey.
Oh,
hello.
Fabien, good to see you.
How you doing?
Fabien he was with us in Barcelona. That's off.
Yeah.
And there is a live stream also if you want to discover the work of Mr. Cup and his magazine. The name of the magazine is Walter, not Water. Walter. Maybe you should pronounce it to be better.
Walter.
Thank you. So that's the name of the magazine. It's really for people who are passionate about design. Make sure to check it. There are only 2 issues. It's a very rare object. Beautiful
lovely
design, yeah. So make sure to check it. Do you know any free plugins for After Effects? Yes. Next question. There are thousands of free plugins. So don't worry, Jonas, you will find one. Depends on what you want to do, plugin for After Effects. Still deciding a title? Yes, Corrida, we're still looking for the right title. Fabien says better. So I guess he's talking about the way you pronounce it. Thank you, Fabien.
Walter.
Thanks for your support.
Walter,
please bring me some ice.
That's good, yeah. That's really good. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make.
So someone's asking how do you control the thickness of the stroke on the iPad?
Pressure,
because you have the Apple Pencil. So it doesn't work with your finger. It doesn't work with a classic pen. You need to get at least either an Apple Pencil, or underneath also is another brand that now can control the pressure on an iPad.
I mean, I'll just show this real quickly as well. So I've got the settings set to some very specific things in here. So I've got the pressure on, the size, velocity, and taper. And if I change that, you see it changes that. So I've got it at 50 right now.
And you use velocity?
Yeah.
Because for lettering, for instance, I just remove velocity. For instance.
Yeah, I mean, it's
use pressure.
It's worth playing around with those settings to see what works.
Which is quite new, actually. Like 6 months ago, it was impossible to change the settings.
So that's just different pressure.
It's always a very smooth curve. Always.
Yeah, I mean, it has that slight sort of helping hand that Illustrator has with your lines, but
Oh yeah.
It's such a pleasure to draw with because everything always looks nice and smooth, But anyway, back to.
Okay, we have Alex. I guess it's a suggestion of title for the illustration.
Yeah.
From the Mists.
Beautiful. Beautiful. From the Mists. What was it we liked? The Source. That was good earlier.
The Source.
The Source is up there for me.
Yeah, just by Bob.
Just because it's
Source.
What does that mean? I don't know.
No.
I'll think about it.
Actually, it's quite good because you need to create your own story.
Exactly.
Looking at the illustration, the title is the source, but there is no source.
But maybe there is.
Yeah,
we just
maybe
don't
there
know,
is. Okay, title: Lost Past, Forgotten Future. That's good, but this is still opening the door to an interpretation. See what I mean? You want to be more mysterious.
Yeah.
You want to be confusing. Okay, you can node edit on Adobe Draw. Okay, what is it? Node edit. You can node. Well, maybe this is a typo.
I think that might be a typo.
Black Urco, we need need to be more precise, sorry. Which program am I using? So Illustrator Draw, let me put it in the chat again.
Oops.
So I'm using the Creative Cloud account. So when I'm using this, I am officially Creative Cloud. It's my first name, Creative Cloud. Actually, so last time I made this joke, like I was pretending to be Creative Cloud, and we had some giveaways, on Twitter, and someone really called me Claude. Like on Twitter, like thank you, Claude. Thank you.
It's a good name.
Yeah, it's a good name. Creative Cloud.
You should be called Cloud.
Ronald from Venezuela, welcome to the stream. We're live with Dan Mumford. He's working on the illustration. He started yesterday. Now there is a new tab. I mean, if you noticed on adobelive.com, there is a replays tab, and you can access the replay from yesterday. Actually, it's very well designed and coded because it will automatically add the replays. So your replay will be available in about 1 hour, for instance. So, yeah, that would be it's good. Thank you, Mel. Mel says, this is great inspiration. And I recognize Mel. She was with us yesterday. Thanks for being back.
Yeah.
Any alternative for iPad and Apple Pencil? Yes, right. You can use a good Android tablet. It will work too. Or a big Android smartphone. Or an iPad mini. And any kind of stylus should work. Seriously. If you don't have the Apple Pencil, I recommend the stylus by Adonit. The Jog Touch, for instance, is very good.
Yeah, I've not used that.
Yeah, it's very good. We will get some at Max, so you should try it.
Yeah.
Hey, Luis from Barcelona. We had good time in Barcelona. We were very inspired at OFF.
That was great. So many people as well.
So Tom Moore is saying, Dan, your Return of the King screen print is unreal. Ridiculously regret not buying it.
Thank you. I'm glad.
How is it sold out?
Yeah. We did.
But that's the thing with screen print. I guess you cannot
It's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, we did Return of the King, and then we did the Fellowship of the Ring. So for some reason, we're doing them in a rather strange order.
Is it on your website?
Yeah. In fact, I'm going to the gallery this afternoon.
Oh,
who released this?
Maybe they have some.
Yeah, they might actually.
There is one in Paris.
That one there. That's
the one.
That's Fellowship
of the Ring.
So that came out a month ago, but that's sold out quickly.
Oh my god!
I mean, Lord of the Rings.
1 month ago, already sold out.
Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah, look at that, for French Paper Art Club.
Yeah. And so we've got one more movie to do, which is The Two Towers, which is the middle film. And there will be information about that soon, I think. Not for me to say. But, we can't do two and not the last one. So,
that's true.
It will happen. But that's been it's been quite a long process, because I think the Return of the King came out a year ago, and we just released that one last month. So it's taken quite a while, but we're getting there. Fun one to work on that. But yeah, there may be some more at some point to purchase online. We'll see.
Hey Buff, welcome back from Wales. Yeah, we remember.
From Wales, yes.
And Luis Landero, who lives in Barcelona, said that during off he was in school, so he couldn't comment. He kicked himself when he saw that you were at off.
I don't know what to say. I'm sorry.
He will be back, I'm sure. We'll find a way.
Yeah.
We'll find a way.
Off is a lot of fun, I have to say.
Now we have titles for the illustration in French. It won't
Maybe
help.
That's better.
Maybe. Les raisins de la mort, the grapes of death.
The grapes of death. Perfect. We're done.
Nailed it.
But say it again in French.
Les raisins de la mort.
Oh, that sounds so good.
It's better.
Yeah, the grapes of death sounds terrible. But in French it sounds really good.
Sounds so good. Okay, so Hamda is asking, what do you mean about Max? Like the context, what do you mean by Max? Good question. So so if you're on adobelive.com and if you check on the right, there is a contest tab, because we will give away 10 Creative Cloud subscriptions if you create an illustration based on the theme Max. So why Max? Because within 2 weeks we will have the Adobe Max conference in San Diego, which is the big Adobe conference. But Max can mean anything to you. It can be the first name. So maybe
Mad Max.
Max, such as Maximilien Vox, who created the typography table classification. Or it could be Man Max, or it could be Max, the name of your dog. I don't know. Or Max, like set it to the max, the maximum. Just find something that resonates with you, with Max, share it on Twitter with the Adobe Live hashtag, and the top 10 entries will win a 1-year Creative Cloud subscription. And if you don't know what Creative Cloud is, I have now a command. It should say learn more about Creative Cloud. Yes, thank you, Nightbot. He was sleepy, but it worked. You see, if I type Creative Cloud, boom.
It's good, isn't it?
It's Nightbot. He's getting smarter and smarter every day.
He's learning. It's like the Terminator. It's like Skynet.
Number 2.
It's like the second one. Yeah. Not the third, fourth, or fifth. They're terrible.
Another title by Corrida suggestion: Requiem.
What's that in French?
Requiem. No,
that's not good. Try again.
The same word in French doesn't work.
Whatever the title is, it's going to be in French.
Okay, it's going to be a French title.
It's going to be a French title.
Okay, so you need to find a French title that people all over the world can understand. Not something like C'est la vie or something more deep. Or maybe a French word, which is also an English word.
Could be anything. Yeah. We'll know it when we hear it. The Grapes of Death is the best one so far.
Les raisins de la mort, yeah.
Sounds so good when you say it.
So Rohit is asking, do you have tips on creating lights and shadows? What do you picture in mind?
Well, the best way to think about it is always decide where your light source is coming from. That's always kind of the first thing I decide when colouring an image. So if we look at here, we actually have 2 light sources. So we've got the sort of moon, sun up in the top, and then we've also got this smoke which is indicating light coming from below. So because of that, it's not, I mean, we're not going to get too crazy with where the light's coming from in this. The light in the background is simply going to mean that we've got these sort of more dusky looking buildings behind it. And then the light down at the bottom means that everything in the foreground is going to be more silhouetted, because that's kind of edges of darkness. Is that what you're laughing at?
Now there is a new title in French, which is Le Monde Disparu de la Merde.
Go on.
The lost word of the shit.
Yeah, I mean, I got the last part of that. No,
Jimmy, no.
Kick him, Nightbot, get him out.
For the moment, Nightbot.
He's like a bouncer at the door.
Okay, talking about Nightbot, it's time for some giveaways. So we need to pick someone in the chat who will win a signed print of this illustration. Okay? So how does it work? Okay, should you try the secret keyword? You have to type a secret keyword in the chat.
How are we going to decide what the keyword is?
Oh my god.
People could read lips.
No,
Hey,
I can type
I'll write it on here. Oh, wait.
Because I can type the keyword here. But then we need to give some clues. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's start with something easy.
Okay.
You have to type
the
name of the city where we are right now, Dan and myself. We are live streaming from a city in Europe. You have to guess which city and type it in the chat. If you type it in the chat, then you will get chances to win a signed print. Also, if you subscribe to the Adobe Creative Cloud YouTube channel, there is a subscribe button at the bottom of the UI. Then it will give you more chances to win a signed print. But you need to guess from which city we are streaming and put it in the chat. Okay, that wasn't hard. Okay, but this is just a training. Next time it will be harder, okay? Okay, this is coming now. Oh my god.
Dan, can you send it along with all those other prints I recently purchased? No, because your purchase will have already been sent. Sorry. Thank you for your order, though. Paris. Scunthorpe, that's the one.
Best done. No.
Nailed it. I'm guessing since everyone is saying it's...
Yeah, good guess, Adam. Yeah, this is Paris, yeah. We are streaming from Paris this week.
Yeah, might have to come up with something a bit harder next time.
Oh, it will be harder. No, but they understood the rules of the secret keyword. So that's good. So next time it will be harder, and there will be another giveaway in 45 minutes. But now Nightbot has to pick a winner. Okay. Yeah, sorry. A winner. Nightbot has to pick a winner, my friend.
What was that? Is that your
it's my
is that American?
It's my American voice. I talk like that. Hi guys, I'm Mike Crowley. That's true on YouTube about drawing.
That's really good.
To make the Mike Crowley voice.
Yeah, it's good. You keep doing that.
Okay. So, I would ask my dear friend Nightbot to pick a winner. Okay, let's do it. And Marco Livi. Congratulations, Marco Livi. So Rufus Dushler, who is in the chat, will contact you. Don't be scared. Congratulations, Marco. Mike Crowley. Someone knows who Mike Crowley is. I hope he's not watching. Mike Crowley is the best YouTuber to learn how to draw. And he's like a traditional drawer, on paper.
Yeah.
But he started streaming on YouTube in 2008. Wow. So he has more than 2 million subscribers.
That is a lot, isn't it?
And then I brought him in a studio in San Francisco to stream, and just gave him an iPad Pro with the pencil and Photoshop Sketch. I said, okay, go for it. So it was the first time he was drawing on an iPad, and he killed us. Like, he killed it. It was unbelievable.
That's cool. I mean, it's quite a natural thing to get used to.
And it was the point of the live stream, just to bring like traditional artists and see what they can do with the iPad. But after 10 minutes, they were like, okay, I get it. So it was super cool. Okay, so Marco, you will receive a signed print. Make sure to contact Rufus on Twitter. And stay with us because within 45 minutes, we will give away another print. You know, Elsie Finch, actually it's a very good point. Now that we are streaming from Europe, but this is for the first live stream from Europe, we will bring more and more European artists next year. So Elsie Finch, I will definitely invite you next year. I don't know when, but this will happen, that's for sure. Oops. And Elsie Finch is the king of puns.
King of what?
Puns.
Puns.
Yeah, he's the king of puns.
I'm not very good at puns.
No.
So no.
Hey Frank. So Zorro, so this is not a picture like he's working on he's drawing an illustration on an iPad Pro using Illustrator Draw, which is a free mobile app to create vector illustrations with up to 20 layers. You see? He's really into pants. Actually, I'm the princess, you can call me Rapunzel. Yeah, he has a lot of references. That's Elsie Finch. He's the no, it's tough. Sometimes it takes about 2 to 3 days to get the joke.
Well, you know, it's great. It's good. It's good. It's good.
And we will be live streaming for up to 7 hours today. You know, it's just the beginning. So within 1 hour. We will welcome Mara Grunland from Denmark. And yesterday she, I don't know if you had the opportunity to watch the final result, but she used the Fibonacci series and just geometric shapes to draw a bird.
Yeah.
And it was stunning in Illustrator. And so today she told us I will do a revival of my first tutorial. But we don't know what this is. So we have no idea. So we said, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe the blend mode. Oh, maybe the blend. You know, when she does some blending shapes, we will see.
Yeah. It's
really
Paul. Interesting.
Paul Trani is in the chat. Hey you. How long is Dan staying in Paris? Okay, I guess Jocelyn wants to have a date.
Just leave your number in the chat. Yeah.
He's traveling back to London on Friday.
Yeah, Friday. We've got tomorrow still to
Paul
go.
Trani loves your work.
Thank you.
He works. He's a teammate, but he lives in the US. So when we do live streams in the US, Paul is with us on this. Yeah.
Maybe next time.
Yeah. Oh, you will meet him at Max actually.
Of course.
Because Dan will be at Max, Paul.
I will indeed. Looking forward to it.
Thank you, Fabien. See you soon. Good king. Thank you, Paul, but actually he has a green shirt. So let me show you. He's a superhero. Melting with his own illustration. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm into that.
Dominic wants you to make a creepy creature out of the fog.
A creepy what? Creepy creature out of the fog?
Yeah.
No creatures in this one today.
No?
But, you know, no, we're keeping it a little bit more subtle, you know? But I do enjoy drawing a creepy...
Oh, Ashley, you will attend Adobe Max. That's cool. Actually, let's do a quick poll. Not a poll tranny, because when I say poll, it's the same word. You notice that? It's like winners. So, okay. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to watch the stream on adobelive.com. Okay, it's the same experience, but better. It's a better experience because we have interactive overlays. So I will ask you a question. Will you attend Adobe Max in San Diego? Okay, let me broadcast the question now, just to see who's coming. Because I see that Ashley is coming. La morte vivante. Alex. Yeah, the morts vivants are the Walking Dead. Morts vivants. There should be a third option, and you wish, Mel. I mean, the third option is that you will be able to watch it live, because we will be live streaming on Adobe Live from Max for the first time. So Paul is asking, are you using any reference photos?
This?
Yeah.
I do use reference, yeah. Not for this one. This was just.
But sometimes you use some reference.
Yeah, I mean, it depends what I'm drawing. If it's something that has to look like something specifically, then yeah, absolutely, I use reference because otherwise I'll probably get it wrong. If it has to look like someone, I'll use reference. Lots of multiple things to get things correct. Something like this is more just I'm just making it up, to be honest with you, as we go along. I mean, there's not too, this is it's more just sort of just shapes and stuff, and the detail is something that I'm just gonna, if I show like on the sketch here, they're kind of just rectangles, but I know I'm gonna sort of turn them into these kind of buildings that are slightly falling apart and stuff. And also after a while of drawing so many things, you kind of don't need to use reference sometimes for stuff. We've mentioned it a few times, but whenever it's something that's can have any sort of shape like trees or smoke, I don't really need to use reference for something like that. But reference isn't a bad thing, I think it can be very, very, very helpful for work.
And Maria Francisca is asking, have you ever tried Adobe Capture?
Yeah,
tried it,
Yeah, I've used that to get some
colors,
color schemes and stuff.
Yeah, Adobe Capture is another free app where you can create color themes. You can capture shapes from a picture actually, and it becomes a vector shape that you can reuse in Illustrator Draw, for instance. Now you can create patterns for Photoshop, looks for your films, and there was one more.
Oh, in Capture.
Color shapes. Paul will tell me which one.
Yeah, I can't remember what they are.
Pattern and look is quite new. I'm missing like a big one. Okay, we just cheat and launch Capture on my phone.
They keep changing and adding quite a lot of new stuff.
More and more tabs. Shapes. And brushes. And you can create brushes.
Brushes, that's the one, yeah. That's fun. Yeah, you can make some really good stuff with that.
Yeah, thank you, Elsie. Oh yeah, so actually if you're going to Max, it's a good idea. If you're going to attend Max, definitely meet us at the live stream booth. And actually we will be in the community pavilion. So I know that at some point, because they want to go for a brew. So a brew is a drink, right?
That is a drink,
okay. So actually if you come and see us at some point in the afternoon.
Coffee. It could be a brew.
Yeah, it's true.
But it's probably a drink. It's probably a beer.
But at some point in the afternoon at Max, there will be drinks next to our booth, actually. So it's a very good idea. Yeah, just meet. always good to meet, like in the real life people that you see like every week in the chat. It happened to me at the Motion Design Conference a few weeks back in Paris. Pichad, Rufus? Pichad. I've met Pichad in real life. Yeah.
So like I met Darlevan.
Yeah, you met Darlevan. And John, no? His name? Weaver. Yeah. Paul Weaver, and also Elsie Finch, but he was too shy to show.
He was too shy to say hi.
He's too mysterious for us. But he will come on the stream next year, so it will be fine. Thanks for the nice feedback about Dan's work. Yeah, this is gorgeous. Says someone. His nickname is Undead Hooligan. Okay. Okay.
I mean, he might be a hooligan, but he's kind.
So someone's asking why is there no Illustrator Draw for Windows? Because on Windows tablets such as Surface Pro, you can get the full Illustrator experience. And if you launch Illustrator on the Surface Pro or on the new Surface Book, there is also a dedicated UI where you can use touch gestures. So the experience is not similar to Illustrator Draw, but very close. But then you have all the tools, all the Illustrator tools. So it's not just about drawing, like you get all the tools to create vectors. What day will that be at Max? So Ashley, if you are talking about live stream, it will be every day, all the time. So, but when Dan will be live, I don't know yet. I need to sync our schedule, so I will do it on Friday, but everything will be announced on Adobe Live. So if you come back to Adobe Live or check the schedule on Adobe Live just a few days before Max, then you will get all the details. I'm still working on it, and it's not that easy to plan 25 guests. It's easier to plan 4. I must admit. Yeah, 25 is it's not that easy.
So I've moved.
The ruler is back.
Yeah, I'm done with the smoke now. I'm moving on to the.
Oh my, so fast!
I'm a little bit ahead of schedule.
You think so?
Well, I was thinking we would do all of the background tomorrow, but if I can do more of it today,
that's
we
good.
can get lots of details.
More details. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that.
So I'm going to keep going. So the ruler's back. For those that missed it yesterday, the image is basically a rectangle skewed 20 degrees to the left.
20 degrees. Okay.
Yeah.
So you just draw some guides for you, or?
Well, but basically, so the ruler automatically is set at 90 degrees, and you can snap to 90 degrees. That's 0 is horizontal.
Okay.
90 is vertical, and I am just making my horizontal and vertical be 20 degrees, sort of skewed around.
Someone is asking why you're not using a surface. You tried it, right?
Yeah.
But you don't have one.
No, I haven't got one.
Yeah.
And I've tried the Surface. It seemed alright. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
no problem with it. I just don't have one.
Yeah, I've met a lot of digital painters who are just working on the Surface now.
Yeah.
But they travel a lot, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this sort of my workflow works nicely between working on the iPad and then switching over to the iMac for the full thing. It's quite a nice flow. Oops.
So is there any question you want to ask to our friends in the chat, and I can create a survey, an interactive survey on adobelive.com if you want to know more about them? What would you like to know about them?
Do you know what? Let's find out who uses Illustrator or Photoshop more. That's what I'm curious about.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I am all Photoshop all the way.
So actually I have one which is ready. It's about, which is the app you use most of the time. Okay, so get ready people, just go on adobelive.com and I will display an interactive survey. Okay, just to know more about you, like, and it's which Creative Cloud app do you use most of the time? So is it Photoshop, Illustrator? I've added InDesign or another one. Okay. So I will display it in a few seconds. Here we go.
Now, do you know what? I've decided, actually, I do need to work on my smoke a little bit more. So, now that I've dropped in the darker colour behind it, I think we need some sort of key line that's a bit darker on the smoke to make it pop. So, now I'm going to go back in. I'm going to choose my darkest pink on that, and I'm going to go a little bit darker, a little bit more sort of reddish. And we'll see how this looks when I put it in. And this is one of those things that you can't tell if it's going to be necessary or what until you get to it. Like, because in the sketch it looks okay, but I feel like we could do with a little something to make it pop. Oops. So that's on this one.
Okay, so let's see the results. Select an option. Up. Okay, so we have 36% using Photoshop, 50% using Illustrator, 2% InDesign, other, let's say 11%. So it's almost 50-50 when you look at it between Photoshop and Illustrator, with a slight advantage for Illustrator, also because I guess because the stream was promoted by the Illustrator team, so
good point.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's something I want
because
to
Photoshop is still the #1 app, but Illustrator is definitely in the top 3 in terms of usage.
Oh, I mean, it's an amazing application. I need to learn more skills with it.
And this is something we announced actually together on the stage at OFF during the keynote. We saw on Behance that there was a huge growth in 2015 of projects made with Illustrator, a growth of 150% actually, 57%. So more and more designers are using Illustrator, which makes sense because the web needs vectors now, and most of the projects today are also designed for the web and for print. So that's why vectors can help. So Exclusive Co is asking, are you screen printing this design? And how many colors do you think you will use?
No screen printing on this one. If we did, it would probably be around 12 colors. You could probably make it into a screen print quite easily, I think, because it's quite flat colors, but it's not. This will not be screen printed, unfortunately. We're just gonna make this. I guess it'd be a G-clay.
What is it?
When we print it out, it's gonna be a G-clay.
So I will get the paper tomorrow morning, but this will be like on beautiful paper, like very first-class paper. But I need to find the right technique to print it. So I will probably ask you to sign blank paper, and then I will find the right printer. We have a very good one in San Francisco, Hewlett-Packard, like really good one, but I still need to find a good one in Paris.
Okay. So actually, after adding in that darker line just then, I don't know that we need to do that. It's not really adding that much, so I think that's something I'll probably return to tomorrow. We'll see. We'll work on the background. We'll see how it all looks.
And see if you need something.
Yeah.
So is it like, what is your concern? Like, is it contrast or?
Yeah, it's basically having something that light on top of the dark behind. To me, it doesn't look like it has the right outline to it. And it works fine. It's just for it to sort of be in my style necessarily, it's maybe not quite there, but at the same time maybe it is. I don't really know. That's one of those things, you need to sort of come back to it. Yeah. So we can just work on the background for now. That's easy enough.
So okay, Exclusive Co is asking, what is your favorite brand of paper to print on, and about the weight of paper? So do you have one, Dan?
Me? Yeah. Do you know what? I am not really that fussy with paper. I trust the printers that I work with to make the right decisions, and generally whatever they think is right, just go with that. It's something I need to. I'm hoping next year to sort of try and do some more. What's the word? More experimental prints. So in that respect, I think I'll be looking more into paper stock and different printing techniques as well, and maybe things like glow in the dark sort of things, foil, metallics, all these sort of things. There's lots of people doing that already, but I actually haven't really ever experimented with that stuff. So I'd like to do a few more sort of special things like that, I think. So that could be good.
Okay. I'm looking for the brand we're using in San Francisco. It's a very good one. Where is it? So Rohit, what is the Max theme for the contest? So just take the word Max, okay? So if you go on Adobe Live, there is a contest tab. Just take the word Max and do something that is connected to Max. So it could be the first name Max, could be Max, like set it to the max, like the maximum. Could be min max. Just find a connection with Max. Any plans for a holographic print? Whoa.
From me?
Yeah.
No plans as of yet, but that is definitely something that could be pretty cool, yeah. No, not something I've thought about. Something I will think about, though. Definitely, yeah. Still looking for your paper?
Yeah, still. It's a very good one, but I need to find it. Okay. Anyway, I will buy it tomorrow morning, so.
You'll know tomorrow.
Yeah, I will know. Hey Dan, Martin Hansen, Kevin Tong, or Tomer Hanuka? Deal with it.
I couldn't choose. They're all fantastic artists. Absolutely fantastic artists. So yeah, I think Tomer Hanuka is one of the more unique artists creating work at the moment. Like, he's got a very, very special style. So yeah, everything he does, I'm blown away by. I mean, everything all three of those guys do, I'm blown away by as well.
So Roy say, go ahead and separate the layers and go for the screen print. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
yeah,
unfortunately that's not the easiest or cheapest thing to do.
No,
so,
not easy.
You know.
Or if you can, just give me 6 months.
Yeah.
Just to master screen printing.
Yeah, could you do
Just
that?
do it, live, at the
Yeah,
studio.
why not?
Could be fun.
Cool, so we're starting to get some nice background shapes going on here. Basically, I'm going to make these shapes, and then again I'll start working into them like I did last time.
Okay.
So let's see. We've got.
So do you have any tips or advice for first-year illustration student at uni? It's CR Caveman.
I would say stop panicking, because everyone is
Like
always
fear
panicking.
will,
Don't worry about it. Just
like
enjoy it.
And also something I see all the time is that you can take all the artists, and even you, Dan, like if you look at the first illustration you've made, I guess, back in the days, I'm sure you're not like super proud of them,
No.
So don't be scared, like you can only improve your art, years after years. So I think the most important thing is just to make
Absolutely.
make things.
I think essentially up until I think the first year that after I graduated, I was doing work in a completely different style. Yeah, it didn't really look like my work at all. And I think everyone's really worried about finding a style and who am I going to be? What am I going to be? And it's a bit like, don't worry about it. Like, that will come to you.
It takes time. Anyway.
It does take time. I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe we can try and find one of my really early pieces.
Oh, you think so?
If you search Break the Sky, Dan Mumford, that might come up with a very early... If we look up images, maybe? Oh, there you go. That's a really, really early piece.
Where is it? It's on Pinterest. It's a fan art.
Oh, this is all my work. A lot of this is
to our friends.
Okay, this is a collection of very early stuff. It's not. That's not. That's not me. That's not me.
Which one is
that's
yours?
God Machine, a friend of mine.
Okay.
Most of this is mine.
Most of it, but not all of it. And so, where is our friend?
That's that
Break
really
the
early
Sky?
one. Oh my God, this is crazy. Oh, there it is.
Here he is.
That one. So yeah, that is what I did straight out of university.
Okay.
I liked ink. I liked splats.
Yeah, and you told us yesterday that first you were more in black and white.
Yeah,
Not a big fan of colors.
That's exactly that image right there.
And then you added more and more colors.
Yeah, until the point where I just have all the colors now.
That's nice.
So yeah, like, just find what you enjoy at university and do that. I think it's kind of, it's just don't worry about it, just have fun.
And Valentin, there will be more reviews today, so I will search on Twitter now what people in the chat have shared, just art illustration, so we can review them with Dan. And the keyword, the hashtag on Twitter is @WeLive. Okay. So, Valentin, you shared a lot, so I'll make sure to show it. Alex Stratis also showed something. Yeah, I will let you know when it's ready. Don't worry. Okay, Charlie Boost. Prasanna. More Charlie Boost. Oh, we saw it yesterday, actually. And again, Prasanna. Okay. Let's review some work that you wanted to share. So, Valentin, who is in the chat. Got a lion. Let's look at this one.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
It looks like a You know the kid robot dunnies, the little.
Yeah.
It looks like one of them to me. That's what that looks like. It's really cool.
And also in the New Year in China.
Yeah,
Chinese New Year with the dragon and all the parties. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Nice and symmetrical as well.
Yeah. And there's a birdie lion. Very nice. It's a good style.
It is. Yeah, that is. Yeah. It's quite
like
unique.
The style.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you guys think? Made with a mouse.
With a mouse.
With a mouse in Photoshop.
Wow.
Oh, I like the reflection. Yeah.
That's that is very, very nicely done. I'm trying. I don't.
Yeah.
See, we were talking yesterday about where I don't know how someone's done something. I don't know how they did that, and to me, that makes me go, "That's really cool."
So Charlie is sharing lava holographic paper for my client Best Nectar. Oh yeah, I remember you talking about it in the chat. Oh, look at that.
That's really cool.
That's
I mean,
that's something unique and special.
Look at that. I've seen a few really cool prints done like that recently, and that's a really good example of
different. So this is sublimation on poly textures. Wow. Oh, again, very special.
Those are really nice.
And Prasanna, my friend Swagat Sempad work I'm sharing instead of him. Okay. It's nice also to share the work of your friend. Okay. She looks nice first and then you say, oh, okay.
It's nice. It looks like that's pretty cool concept for something, you know.
That's a good one.
I like them.
Thanks, Prasanna.
Yeah, they're really nice.
Yeah.
Good work, everyone. This is great stuff.
Now we have a great audience.
It's all quite unique as well. Like, it's really nice to see lots of people doing wildly different things.
Oh yeah. So yeah, if you want to share your art, and we will review our artworks like all day long with our guests, just share it on Twitter. Just add the Adobe Live hashtag. Okay, so this is how I can notice your work. And K-Farmer, thanks for filling the form. I see that you just noticed my link. I was a little bit worried yesterday, but yeah, thanks for catching up. He won a signed print yesterday. So.
Good work. So we got one more to give away today, right?
Yeah, one more. We will give away one more signed print. This illustration, actually. Les raisins de la mort.
So far, that's what it's called.
Yeah, so far. For the moment, the grapes of death. To someone, in the chat, so stay with us. This will happen, in about 7 minutes or so.
Yeah, we are making some nice progress today.
And Alex Stratis, you love the UI in Adobe Live. Yeah, thanks for sharing. This is a new UI we're actually experimenting this week. But I really like it too. So thanks for the feedback. It really helps. And we'll customize the UI for Adobe Max, add more Max branding.
Yeah, it's nice and slick. Works.
Yeah, thanks. Because the YouTube experience is good too, but there is no good transition between the streams.
Yeah.
So that's what's missing on YouTube. And also if you want to engage more, with interactive overlays and have the schedule, you cannot share it on YouTube. So it's better to have a good UI. Okay, name idea, the intoxicating vines, or the vines of life.
The vines of life.
Very creative.
Yeah.
I would pay good money to see Dan and God Machine team up for a project. Oh. Yeah, just pay for it.
Well,
kidding.
We did one thing together. So God Machine's a friend of mine. I've known him for 10 years or so. And he does work very, very similar to me. Or at least we used to do work that was very similar. And now our styles have sort of diverged a bit.
Yeah. It's not easy to merge.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not that. It's more. It's really cool, like how we've found our own voices, direction. If you will. Mm-hmm. But we used to be part of a collective of artists together called the Dead Sea Mob, which ended a few years ago. But the group of us are all, good friends, and But part of that was we did one T-shirt design together, and I don't even know if the T-shirt design got released, but we did do it, and it was the one time we worked together.
Oh, nice. So there is a collector.
So there's something
design
out there,
something. Yeah. There's something maybe on eBay or.
I need to find that. Do you know what? If we didn't ever release it, maybe we should release it, because I think people would probably quite like it.
Yeah.
I'll have a look. I don't know where it ended up. But yeah, if you don't know God Machine's artwork, you should check that out. It's good artwork.
Thanks, Elsie. There is a volume slider, Elsie Finch.
Sorry, are we too loud or too quiet?
No, they can choose, because you say, there is no volume slider. There is one on the
yeah, there is. Yeah.
Bottom left corner. And you can mute, and you can, It's very discreet, it's true. Also, what is good, friends, on adobelive.com, there is a share button, so you can share it directly, that something is happening live to your Facebook friends and Twitter friends. And in 20 minutes, we will be with Mara Grunland, and she will share a tutorial on Illustrator. She wants to share techniques that she's using. It's just mute or volume. Really?
No, there's a volume slider.
There is a share button.
Oh yeah, I mean, you're right. It wasn't the case yesterday. Oh my God, what's happening?
Yeah, it wasn't the case yesterday.
Quoi? What's happening, Elsie? You broke the UI.
She wants to share techniques that she's using.
That's really strange.
Oh yeah, that's very strange. No, there was a slider.
Yeah, there was. I swear there was. I was watching it in the hotel. Did you find it?
No.
I don't know.
Okay.
You broke it.
Sorry for this. I will ask the Maestro team that, it's not supposed to behave like this.
How strange.
I don't think I changed it. Okay, let me check the settings. Player. Essential Illustrator. Yeah. No, you didn't break it, Elsie. It's not you. Mel is asking, do you ever use the shape tools? Draw a circle?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's that moon sun shape. That will be a circle tool thing at some point. I think I did a tutorial a few months ago that's up on the Create blog, and that has I used quite a few tools, shape tools in that, like the circle tool, the square tool. So there's a good example of me doing stuff with that in there.
Okay.
It's very useful there.
What UI is that? So that's the new Adobe Live UI, fresh new website powered by Maestro and customized by me, but it's not. I don't know what I did with the slider. There's something wrong. Oh, I see. Okay. So actually, there is a slider when you replay a video, but not when it's live. Huh. So I need to ask our friends of Maestro why. There must be a good reason, I'm sure, because they are super smart.
They just wanted to embarrass you.
Yeah, I think they just wanted to be confusing. But I will ask them now why. But thanks for the feedback. It's first time we are using this UI, so we hope you like it, and we will try to improve it. Every time we will have a new live stream. And yes, thank you, Clarity, to say he's using Adobe Illustrator Draw on iPad. Yeah, sorry, Joe. We were talking about the UI of the website, so I got confused. Lonely Violet. So I guess it's again another suggestion for a title. And yes, Jacob, it's also available on Android. Good point. Smartphones and tablets, actually.
What's that? Draw.
And yes, QVillage is using the iPad Pro. Can you work on Air 2 with a Wacom stylus since those came out? Yes, you can. Yeah, definitely. It's true that with the iPad Pro, and Dan has the big one, and the Apple Pencil, I mean, you have full control. It's maybe the best experience you can have on an iPad. But still, I mean, with an iPad, yeah, Air 2, this is what I have. And I use Illustrator Draw with the Air 2. And an Adobe stylus, for instance, or Wacom stylus, also, there is a very good one. Yeah, definitely a good choice. Thanks for joining. And in about 15 minutes, we will jump into the Illustrator world with Mark Granlund. And tomorrow, be back same time. So 7 a.m. Pacific time. It's 10 a.m. in New York and 4 p.m. in Paris. We'll be back with Dan Mumford for the final illustration. And he will show us his workflow, where he starts from Illustrator Draw on the iPad and jumps into Photoshop.
Yep, we'll be putting
the final touch.
Final touches, yeah.
And we'll be able to print it and give it away. Oh, actually, we need to give it away one more.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so if you just joined, we are giving away signed prints of this illustration by Dan Mumford. So to get a chance to win this illustration, you need to type the secret keyword in the chat. But we need to find what is the secret keyword. So we will change the keyword this time.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking about...
I mean, you can't tell me.
Okay, just to see if people follow in the chat. What is the name, the full name of the mobile app Dan is using right now? The full name. Okay, and I give you 2 minutes to type it in the chat. Also, if you subscribe to the Adobe Creative Cloud channel, there is a subscribe button at the bottom of the UI. It gives you more chances to win. And Nightboat is very nice today. Has been very nice so far. Yesterday he was very rude, but today he's very nice, and he will pick someone in the chat because he's very smart. Okay, I see that some of you are writing down the full name. That's good. Oops. Yeah, you got it. Adobe Illustrator Draw is the full name. It's used... okay. I had a good question, so this one was hard. Let's see if you could answer this one. So we renamed the app Adobe Illustrator Draw, but before that it had a completely different name. What was the name of the app? It was Adobe something, but very different from Draw or Illustrator Draw.
I don't know the answer.
It's hard. Let's see if someone knows in the chat. It won't count, but just for the fun. What was the name of the app before we rebranded it or renamed it to Illustrator Draw? It had a completely different name. It was already a very popular app. Oh, Natalia Lopez got it. Adobe Ideas. And Mel too. Wow, good job. You know your classic. Sung Park from Korea. I remember yesterday. Yeah. Thanks for being back. Okay, let's pick a winner. Come on, Nightbot. And the winner is, wow, it's hard to pronounce, Ixi460. So Ixi460, congratulations. Rufus will contact you in the chat. And keep in touch, yeah. Try to reach Rufus on Twitter. and you will receive a signed print of this illustration. For the moment, the title of the illustration is still Les raisins de la mort, the grapes of death.
If you can beat that,
we will change the name. We don't really care. Ideas was the full package, wasn't it? What do you mean? Full package, I don't know. Thanks for playing the game, and all day long we will give away signed prints. So the next one will be a signed print by Mara Grönlund, and then we will welcome James Curran. Oh, do you know what we will give away for James?
The flipbook.
The flipbook.
Is it actually?
Is that so cool? This will happen.
Have you found it?
Yeah, this will happen. We will keep one for you.
Okay.
And
James.
And James, of course, because James is a motion designer. He creates animations. So we were like, okay, it's very hard to. And can we just get a steel frame, or it was weird. And then flipbook is the answer.
It is a good idea.
And he never got one. Like, it will be the first, even for him. Right?
Yeah.
So it's nice. And actually, the stream will stop in about 3 minutes.
I better hurry then.
Yep, hurry, and then we say goodbye, and we say see you tomorrow. And Dan, okay, but stay with us because Mara Grönlund will be with us. You just have to stay on adobelive.com, okay? That's also the point of this new UI. You don't have to look for the URL on YouTube. Just stay on adobelive.com, and there will be a 5-minute break with the video, and then we'll be live again with Mara Grönlund. You don't have to do anything. That's what I like with this new experience on adobelive.com. Ideas was great. You could send the final as PDF to anyone. Yeah. Now you can send it to Illustrator and convert it to PDF, so it's still possible. But it's good that we had a direct export to PDF. But the drawing tools are a lot better now, of course, because now, especially since you can edit the settings of each brush, and it makes a huge difference. Titles, whispers. How do you draw long lines without thickening the midst? With taper brush. How to draw long lines without thickening the midst?
With taper brush.
Yeah, with taper brush. Yes, Karma.
It's all about the.
It's very good to make the questions and the answer in the same sentence.
Thank you.
It's easy.
That was really weird.
Very easy for us.
Okay, I think we're going to stop.
Okay.
Like there.
Oh my God. Man, look at that.
We're getting there.
Okay.
So I'd say we're about halfway done with
the
city bits in the background.
Oh my God, it's so good. So please say thank you in the chat to Dan, and we will be back tomorrow, same time with Dan, and stay with us because Maria is about to come live. Okay, and thanks you people in the chat for being so nice. I mean, we had a lot of fun. It was a great stream. So Dan, see you tomorrow?
See you tomorrow, same time.
Yeah, same time. Okay, let me put your green shirt again. Messing up with the keying today, like a superhero. Okay, bye everyone. See you soon. Bye.